That is the sound of the jar of names. You should pick out a name. This week's video is for everyone, including but not excluded to Miss Natalil. Right, back in the jar of names you go then. So, welcome to A Cup of Tea and a Podcast. This is the Cup of Tea. And this is the podcast, right. So, it probably won't be down in the comments section. However, somebody might have made one, other than myself. But there will be at some time in the future, there'll be a skip list in the comments section where you can skip to this week's update, this week's topic, this week's question, and this week's goals. But we're going to start with the update. Right, so we're still behind, no change there. But all I can say is I'm done with it. I've had it up to here with being behind, and I've made some decisions. So basically, I'm not going to record any more Let's Play footage until we've caught up with videos. So obviously that means that I'll be moving towards getting caught up without having some more things added onto the list. So once I've edited everything I've got, I'll just release them. I don't know how it's going to result in podcasts, because I don't want to miss a podcast. That's a good point, actually. Well, I'm hoping to get caught up by the end of this week anyway, so it shouldn't make a difference, but hopefully it won't, because I don't want to miss any podcasts. But then obviously I can't really make a podcast if there's no comments from the last video, can I? So if I haven't uploaded those videos because I haven't recorded them. Basically, I'm fed up with being being behind. So I've made some changes to make sure that I get caught up. So yeah, we'll just see what happens. Okay, but apart from that, I have a plan, and it's sort of working. Like, I was going to watch a film, and then do this podcast after, but I know what I'm like. I'll probably end up not doing the podcast after the film. So I thought I'll do this first, then watch the film. And that seems to make more sense, which is why I'm doing it. Yes, so that's good. So, although I'm behind my planned schedule that I wanted to do to get caught up, I'm sort of sticking to it in a small sense of the word. But anyway, let's move on now. So, community section. No, not yet. The topic is next. That's the one. Oh yes, because I haven't written it on my list, that's why. Anyway, the topic, so this is this week's names. So this week's videos, we have the podcast right now, that's what you're listening to, hello. And also have two Dark Chronicle videos. One's called Savage, because I lay down some savage comebacks to some enemies. And the other one's called Abs Boost, because I seem to get abs a lot faster. And I'm not going to tell you why, but it's quite eventful. Then we'll have a Fable 2 video called Remnants of the Past? Is that the right word? Not sure. Yeah, because we deal with things from the past. Okay, then after that I've got two Dark Chronicle videos. One's called Fish in a Barrel. I can't remember why it's called that, actually, I'm afraid. Trying to work out. No, I'm not too sure what it is. Probably still in Ocean's Raw Cave, that's probably why. And the other one's called Cartography, because we do something with the map. Oh no, we're not, are we? Oh no, we're in the volcano now, aren't we? Here we are, Heimerada. Yes, we are. So why is it called Fish in a Barrel? That makes no sense. I can't remember. There's probably a good reason for it. Maybe we'll find out together. Then Cartography is because I try out a new editing technique. It wasn't last week, like I said it was. It was this week's episodes where I try it out. So let me know what you think. I think it's much better. I get much more done so quickly. So hopefully you enjoy that one. Then we'll have a Fable 2 video called Wanted Dead or Alive, because we go bounty hunting. And we'll have two Dark Chronicle videos. One's called Dwarf, not Giant, because I think I see we go to like a workshop area. I think it's a dwarf. It turns out it's a giant. Well, sort of. And the other one's called Single Player, because of story reasons, which I was really surprised with. And then we'll have pointing episode. One's for Dark Chronicle called Ocean Raw Cave. We do the pictures in that place, as well as the future of the labs, Lunar Labs. And we've got a pointing episode for Fable 2 called Brightwood. Right then, so that's the videos for this week. We'll now go on to the community section. So Mention Monday, these are the people that commented on last week's videos, and we shall give off their names. We have 4 names this week. We have Horia, Overlord Master, Captain RH, and Max Ravage. So not many names this week, but the core few, which we enjoy. So thank you very much for commenting this week, particularly Horia, who's commented on pretty much every episode this week, apart from one, I believe. Yes, quite. Right, now we can move on to questions. So Q&A. Overlord Master says everyone can list their top 10 games. Nobody added a reply to this question, but I shall reply to you now. I can't do 5, unfortunately, but your top 10 is number 1, Overlord 1. 2 is Viva Pinata, Trouble in Paradise. 3 is Overlord 2. 4 is Castle Crushers. 5 is Viva Pinata. 6 is Halo Reach. 7 Halo 4. 8 Call of Duty Black Ops 2. 9 Clash Royale, Clash of Clans, and 10 Super Mario 64. No, I can't do 5. You did say I could do 5, but I can't do 5. Or can I? No, I think I can do 4. Yeah, top game is, I'm doing it in franchises, is Assassin's Creed. Probably the favourite one of that is Assassin's Creed 2 or Brotherhood. Second favourite game franchise. I think with now that Beyond Good and Evil 2 has been announced, I think number 2 is now Beyond Good and Evil, just because, the refresh with another game in that series has sort of pushed it up a little bit and it's made it a bit more bigger than it is. And obviously number 1 is the first favourite game because I haven't played number 2 yet. And then sadly, number 3 is now Ratchet and Clank. It's gone down because I haven't played them in a long time, and I don't know why, but I used to love it as a kid, and I always will. And I think once I go back to play them, I'll go back up my favourites in my list. But for the moment, it's now number 3 and number 4. See, this is when I don't have numbers, because I would say maybe Overlord, but I'm not too sure if it is now. It might not be. Yeah, I can only do top 3, unfortunately. Yeah, can't do any better than that. Right, and then we have another question from Captain RH. Says, by the way, what happened to the live stream? Did I mention it at the last podcast? If I didn't, then I apologise. But basically, I became very ill, so I had to cancel. Or maybe I said in a vlog which I haven't uploaded yet. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, but unfortunately, I became very ill, so I couldn't really do the live stream. So I just left it, and I thought I did say it must be. It must have been in the vlog that I haven't uploaded yet. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't really say, did I? But yeah, that's why I just got ill, so I couldn't really do it. So I just left it, and I thought I'll do it when I'm caught up and everything. No point adding extra work onto me at the moment, because that's not going to help. Right, so let's go on now to subscribers. So last week we were at 1,377. We need to go on up 8 names this week to 1,385. And we have 3 new names. We welcome to the community, if I can see them, Samir Carr, Marcella Lee, Alessio Reali, and Pokemon 22322. So welcome to the community. If you have a top 10 favourite games, please let me know. Right, okay, let's now go on to questions. Last week's question was, what sort of things should I talk about when I play a game? Should I talk about things that are happening in the game? Should I talk about things that are happening outside of my life? And here are the responses. Holly says, as long as I stay concentrated on the game and don't let the commentary distract me, it doesn't matter. So that's good. Overlord says, if he understands the question correctly, he thinks both, or she. He? I don't actually know your gender. Yeah, both is fine. Or a bit of both. And Captain RH says, it's a tough one to answer, which it was. He likes commentary about the game and how you experience it. So that's quite a good one to talk about reviews and stuff, reviewing it as I go along, which is, my problem with reviews. I don't think you can review after playing a few hours. You have to finish the whole game to get a full, proper review. So it's about youth. So he does like a bit about the, like say, Day 9 TV, where I talk about a little bit about their life, like a bit of a gaming vlog type thing, which I do agree with as well. Yes. And then Max Ravage says, when he watches YouTube, he doesn't really mind. He doesn't want politics to be discussed, so we'll try and keep out politics. Unfortunately, I have made a few jokes. Yeah, particularly British politics, though. And it's not really about the politics. It's more about one particular political figure. It's not really painting, choosing one party over the other. It's just particularly picking on, I say, in inverted commas, on one particular person. It's Theresa May, basically. And it's not really taking a bit out of politics. It's more about what she said in an interview about running through fields of wheat. But it's not really politics, so I guess that doesn't really count. But still, yeah, so we'll leave out politics. I'll never pick a side. I understand everyone has different opinions, so I'll never openly choose a side. Maybe I'll tell you my opinions, but I'll never force it upon anybody. But yeah, I'll try and cut it out as much as possible if I don't. Right, now this week's question is, it's something to do with Cup of Adventure. I've released a video called Sticky Chicken. I'm very proud of it. I think this is the direction I will probably take my videos in the future. So what would like you to do, it's a shameless plug, but I would like you to go and check it out and let me know what you think, because I personally think this is what I should probably do in future videos for Cup Adventure, like that style, where it cuts to me talking to the camera, back to what I'm actually doing. So I think it was a very nice formula that it all went together really well. So let me know what you think of the Sticky Chicken video, and we'll sort of, if you like it, if you think there's anything to be improved, I'll be totally honest, and then let me know what you think. I think it actually, the fact that I'm showing my face now is actually capturing my humour a lot better, because it's like a lot of more physical, like, it's things where I like pause and look around, fishy in my eyes and stuff. I think that's it. This is definitely a direction with Cup Adventure, but yeah, let me know what you think. Right, but this week's theme, it's not this week's comment because there were so many good comments, particularly from Overlord Master. I think I can check actually. Horror got so many good like puns and stuff and observations. Trying to find one particular. No, it was Max Ravage. I'm sure it's Max Ravage. Basically, he's continued the Hob question, the Hob tradition, which we all started last week, and basically he's also done a skip list because he's never seen one, so he made his own, which I think is fantastic. But it's not this week's question because there is no this week's question. There is no this week's comment because there were so many good ones. But this week's theme instead goes from something that Horia mentioned. He said he wanted a house in Heimrada for Dark Chronicle. He wanted the biggest one and he wanted it painted black. Now, I've decided, I've actually explained this later on in the Dark Chronicle videos, but I've decided that I'm actually going to do this. I wasn't going to do it because the people in Dark Chronicle, they own their houses. They each have their own, so I can't really give them to someone else as well in terms of law. But I can actually place down more houses where I leave them empty that people can, have in terms of like the community. So basically what I can do is for Horia, he wants a black house in the biggest black house in Heimrada. It's a bit difficult because I can't place a big house because I can't place any more big houses in there basically, but I can place any other house there if I want to, apart from a brick building. So my question is, if you want a house in Dark Chronicle, please let me know and I'll put it in there. There are some rules because I can't put any more down in the first area that we went to, plus I can't put it down any more brick houses in Heimrada, and there might be some other restrictions as well. But if you want a house, let me know what type of house, and probably give it like a top 3 just in case one doesn't work, and then the top colours shouldn't be a problem, but then a colour you can give me as well and I'll put it in there and they'll say this is your house in their Let's Play when we do it. So I think that's probably going to be a good idea to do, and that's obviously Horia that started that, so that's why I've mentioned it this week, because that is this week's sort of like topic that I'm talking about in terms of like the theme. Right, so goals. What were the goals from last week? Was to get the podcast out by Saturday. Did not happen, but it's Monday. No, it's not Tuesday. Oh, poo. Anyway, the point still stands. It's still not Thursday, so it's a lot sooner than it was last week, and I'm really done with being behind, so I'm actually really pushing to get caught up. And so far, we're doing pretty well. I think we'll be alright. I say that every podcast, though. Anyway, moving on to the goal for this week, though, is to get the next podcast out by Friday. It was going to be Thursday, but I think Friday's more likely, and it should happen, I think, because, now that I've finished the Sticky Chicken video, it gives me like a bit of a boost, because I sort of thrive on completing things. Like when I complete something, I get like a burst of energy, a bit like drugs, basically. Some people get high on doing drugs and drinking. I get high on completing things. That's my lifestyle. That's who I am. So now that I've completed something in terms of that Sticky Chicken video, I can, it's like, yeah, I can do this now, and it gives me a lot of positivity. So that's why I think it's going to work this time. Right, but that's it for this week then. So, what film last week was Worrying Means You Suffer Twice, which was from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, because me and Pepper Cookies watched it last week. But this week's what film, I'll get onto later actually. First we're going to finish a cup of tea. Yes, but yeah, that's it now then. So until the next time we meet, I will say farewell, and hopefully we'll be alright and caught up, and we will see. But this week's what film, because I'll leave you now with what film. Why did you say that name?